Hello everyone, welcome to the Lanky Podcast. Is this episode 5? I don't know. Today we're talking about Pokemon because it's been something that's been important to me since I was 8, and my phase with it has been on and off, but right now it's back on. Okay, it looks like this is just completely detached from this part of my hair. I don't know. Forgot to turn off notifications again. Okay. My hair is getting really long, so that's good. The thing with me is I want it to be like Rapunzel hair. Someday I'll get there when I'm like 60. It's okay. We'll work on it. So, first I want to talk about how I got into Pokemon. That's usually how I start these type of podcast episodes. First I talk about my experience with it and then branch off into other subjects having to do with it. I got into Pokemon when I was in 3rd grade, so I was 8, I believe. 8 to 9, and no, 7 to 8, I don't know. One of those ages, I believe 8, and I heard of some people on the playground who were collecting cards, and I looked at some of them and thought, that's the coolest thing ever. So I started buying my own, and that's how I have probably over 500 now. It's an accomplishment. I would definitely have more if the obsession didn't completely stop at random points, because I was obsessed in 3rd grade. It faded out in 4th, didn't really have it in 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, or 9th. It came back pretty bad in 10th, and then it faded out later into the year. So, and then 11th didn't have it, 12th didn't have it, and now it's finally back, because I have a habit of getting really interested in certain subjects, and then after a few months or years, it's just out of my life, and then it comes back randomly. That's what's been happening with Pokemon, but I think it's been more popular recently. Honestly, it's always super popular, but I think recently there's been a huge spike in the popularity, which is great. And the new starters came out a few months ago, so I think that also helped. I really like the dog, like most people do. The other two are there. They're fine. It's how I feel about most starters. It's like every once in a while you get a starter who is so cute and perfect. Like, I really like Oshawott, but... and Pikachu, you know. I really like him. And he's on so much merch, it's easy to get him because he's the face of Pokemon. But other than those two, I'm not really into many starters, honestly. But I know a lot of people complain about the fact that Pikachu is on too much merch, but you have to remember he, like I said, is the face of Pokemon, so what are you gonna do? I have a decent amount of merch of him, as I'm sure most fans do, because it's kind of inevitable unless you absolutely hate him. And to the people who hate him, I say, why? He's really cute and cool. I actually have some special card of him. I actually brought 2 of my card holders. This one's huge. Card holders to show everyone. This one is the other one. It has a lot. It's like stacked. So when I was younger, I would try to play Pokemon like in real life, you know, with the card battles, but I didn't understand what was going on at all. But because of the fact that I had a Mega Mewtwo, who I still have, I think that helped with me winning anyway. Because a lot of the people who I would play with, they would just tell me, like, you need to use one of those, and that can be used against me, and I would just choose a random one, and I'd end up winning. The thing is, I have played a few of the Pokemon games online throughout the years. I've just mostly been into card collecting and not in a scalper way. I just really like the cards. But I have played some of the games. Which ones? I don't know because I was super young and I forgot. But I do have that Pokemon TG whatever. I always say TGC in my head, but I know it's different. That is about card collecting for the most part and battling. I do the battling every once in a while. Also, I think I have 500 something cards by now. I stopped playing it for a few months because it took up a lot of storage on my phone and I already have almost none. Even though I delete so many photos all the time, my phone doesn't care because it's an iPhone. That's how all iPhones are. So I finally got it back a few weeks ago. It's been great. I've gotten a few decently rare ones and some illustration cards. Speaking of illustration cards, I have an Eevee that I need to show everyone. So, I'm not much of an Eevee fan, that's the thing. I do like a lot of the evolutions, but I'd say like a normal amount. Umbreon is one of my favorite Pokemons, but I have a lot of favorites. Ultimate favorite is Lucario, for sure. Maybe it's a basic choice. I don't care. I don't care. A lot of the time I notice that people will make those videos that are like, who's your favorite Pokemon? Let me guess. And then it's the most basic ones, and Lucario is one of them. Look, I don't care. There's a reason people like him, and you have to understand that. His movie is great. He has a super cute design. He's really powerful. He has a great personality. His friends are cute. Cinderace and all them. I love that for him. So, I just feel like the fandom needs to stop judging others for liking popular Pokemon because, and that goes for every fandom. You have to realize that they're popular for a reason. Unless it's Charizard or something. People only like him because he's powerful, and I stand by that. Any other Pokemon, though? Just calm down. It's not that serious. My favorite, like I said, my favorite evolution is Umbreon. I actually should have ranked them before making this video, honestly. But I can now. I just need to look up all of them so that I have it in front of my face. I know all of them by my heart, but I need to have it in front of me. So, type in all evolutions. Let's see. Okay. Here's a photo I'm going based on. Umbreon will always be really special to me. I'm not exactly sure why. I don't really know. It's just, he's very cute to me. And I really like his personality. I totally understand being that way. So, Then, my second favorite, probably Espeon, who is pretty much tied with Umbreon. Like, if Umbreon wasn't my favorite, Espeon would definitely be, because they are literally like 1 point away from each other. I like all the cat ones. The ones who you can relate to cats, I like that one. Because you can tell some of them are obviously based on like bunnies, foxes, things like that, but I like the cat ones. Next, I'm honestly between Jolteon and Vaporeon. They're both very cute. I would say probably Vaporeon, because I do love water types a lot. Psychic and water types are definitely my favorites. I also really like electric though, so that's why Jolteon is in there. So yeah, Vaporeon is probably third, and then Jolteon is a very close fourth. And then Leafeon or Sylveon? Ooh. This is like the hardest decision of my life. Probably Sylveon, honestly. I do like fairy types too. It's just all of these are so close to each other in terms of my ranking. But I would say Sylveon is probably slightly better than Leafeon for me. Then Leafeon. Most people's least favorite is Flareon. I don't agree. I don't like Glaceon. I really don't. I don't know why, and it's weird because this shade of blue is one of my favorites. You see that the nice turquoise look that she has? Like, I like that too, but I don't know, just something about her, I'm not in love with it. She's fine. So, Flareon, sure. Normal Eevee, do people usually count her? She would be second to last, and then Glaceon is last. And there is my evolution ranking. So, yeah. I also need to talk about scalpers again, because they make me really angry. Where's the logic? I went to Walmart a few days ago, and I tried to look at the Pokemon section in the toy aisle for boys, and there was nothing. There were a few of the evolution plushies at the bottom. There was Umbreon, I was excited about that. But there was almost nothing at all. As for cards, my question is, how can you buy something that you are literally just going to make some money off of, and you probably won't even make that much, because a lot of cards can literally be worth 30 cents. And it's rare that someone gets a really special pack. How can you take this hobby away from so many children? It's a whole lot of kids who like Pokemon. It's certainly adults too, but a lot of children like Pokemon. And I'm just wondering how full-grown adults will go into a store and just go crazy when they see the Pokemon section only for the purpose of them selling them and making money. Do they even sell the ones that are worthless? Because I know that if you're gonna get 10 packs, obviously you're gonna get something at least a little valuable in one of them, but I'm just wondering, do they even sell the ones that are literally $1 or less? anything for money, right? Because there are going to be people who love certain Pokemon who most do not like. So there are going to be people who will try to get the unpopular Pokemon just because they like them, and maybe the scalpers are wanting to find those people, but I just find it so rude because there are lots of kids who will get excited over getting Pokemon who don't really mean much just because they look cool or they have good stats, things like that. And then there's a 32-year-old man in Walmart saying, I'm gonna sell these for 30 cents on eBay. Or they'll overcharge when a card will be worth $10 at most and they'll sell it for $40. I've seen so many people do that. I went to an antique store with my dad a few weeks ago, and there were Pokemon cards there in an antique store for some reason. Anyway, $600 for one card. I went to a shop that specializes in Pokemon cards a few minutes later, and it was $10. No. It was less than that. It was like $3. 600 versus 3 for one card. I can just imagine if somebody really liked the Pokemon on that card. I think it was Bellibolt. If someone really liked Bellibolt and went to that antique store, spent their weeks and weeks of saving because they thought that card was so rare they wouldn't find it anywhere else, and then a few minutes later they realized, oh, there's actually a Pokemon store, maybe I can find another card that I really like there, and then they go to that store and see the exact card that they paid $600 for, and it's 3. It's so angering, the pricing sometimes. Luckily, a lot of the Pokemon cards that I want, they're not worth much, honestly. If it looks kind of cool and it's a good Pokemon, I'll buy it. But no matter what, if you're paying over, I'd say $25 for a card, it's like, is it even worth it? Is it? I don't think it is. Unless it's a card you've been searching for years and years and years, or it's your dream Pokemon, then maybe 40 at most. After that, don't buy it. Just don't. And another thing, my dad tried to go into Walmart to buy me just one Pokemon pack, or one of those boxes that has a bunch of the same Pokemon in it who he thought I would like. But it was the same thing where a few days after I went in there to search for Pokemon stuff, he couldn't find any because of these stupid... Why? My vocabulary is so off today, I'm sorry. Because of these stupid scalpers who don't understand true passion for something. I've liked this stuff since I was 8, and there's random 30-year-old men going into stores and saying, I'm gonna sell this on eBay for $30 more than it needs to be sold for. Then people will fall for it. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to show some of my cards in both my Lucario card holder and my Pikachu card holder. First, I got this card. I got my other card holder that's in my room from Amazon. This, I'm not sure. Anyway, my other one came with these stickers. It looks like that. I find this sticker really funny because am I going to put a sticker of my card holder on my card holder? Probably not, but it's nice to have. These are all really cute stickers. I like how they came with it. I also have the McDonald's stickers when they did a Pokemon collab a few years ago. Still have these. I got 2 of these. And they gave me a scratch off thing. And thank you for being you. You're welcome, Pikachu. So I took all of my most valuable cards out of this one and I put it in the Lucario one. That one holds all the really good ones, so I'll show that. This one just has some kind of special ones. So I have a Volcanion, however you say that, a Meowstic that I think someone traded me for. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Someone gave me it. And it's a really cute card. It just has some streaks in it. I don't know if anyone can see the gray stuff. The top, it has that, but it's really cute. I have a Raylu card and an old Pikachu. I don't know if this one specifically is worth a lot, but very special to me. Miraidon is one of my favorite Pokemon. Probably pretty close to number 1. I love his motorcycle form, regular, all of it. Koraidon on the other hand, I could care less, but I like Miraidon. I have a cute Diplin. I love this little dude. I like Appleton more, but he's something. Iron Valiant also. Love this dude. I was so excited when I got this. And Duosion has been one of my favorites since I was very young. He was probably one of my first favorites. I barely have any pink and purple cards. I actually organized this card holder by color, so it's in a rainbow color scheme. Not much that's special here, but I have this cool Eevee card. It has a special background. It changes a bit, probably not visible on camera, but the coloring is really nice. A cute Doug trio also. And an Absol, and then a bunch of energy cards. So, and if you couldn't tell, there are cards under each card, so it's a lot. Probably at least 5 under every single one of them, except for the first page here. This purple and brown are kind of out of place, but you can tell that it is rainbow themed. So, pretty cool. I just put gray at the end because where else am I gonna put that in a rainbow? And the energy cards are also at the back. I have V-Star 2 right here. And a Fusion Energy. So that's that one. And then my Lucario card holder, which was also at the antique shop. This holds all my best ones. Yeah, really cool stuff in there. First off, I have a huge Lucario card that I got from Walmart when they had the big boxes of each individual character. I got a Lucario box, of course. I got that. I have the tiny version of the card also, regular I mean. my dad got me this one, which I really appreciate because he knows I like Lucario. I have this Lucario, which came in the box also. This is my Mega Mewtwo. Someone in 3rd grade tried to give me all of his cards for my Mega Mewtwo, and I said no. He had like 100. No. Mega Audino. I love Audino, so cute. Mega Gordor. Scissor? Forgot how to say his name. I have Zeraora. Is that him? Zeraora. Yep. And then Starmie down there. Very cute. I have one more page in this one. It's not a full page. Like I said, I would show you guys the special Pikachu. This one is Yveltal. I had wanted this card for so long. I had a Pinterest board where I put a bunch of cards that I wanted on, and this was on it, and I got it. A rainbow Lunala. I love Lunala. I just got this one very recently, soon after my dad got me the Lucario card. I also got the Deoxys defense form. That's my favorite form of his. He looks so cute. Illustration Eevee. This one is probably one of my most valuable, I'd say. Garchomp, not very special probably, but I like this card a lot. And Palafan. I put this card in my phone case for a while because it was an ocean theme, and honestly I wish I still had the case for it because it was probably my best work when it comes to phone cases yet. So that's all my super special cards. I'd say the Eevee and Mega Mewtwo are my most valuable. I'm not getting rid of the Mewtwo. Ever. So I have to put Lucario back in there. The thing about favorite Pokemon is I noticed that a lot of people only like certain Pokemon because they have good stats or they're strong or something. And they get angry at people who like Pokemon just because they're cute or look kind of cool. And it just doesn't make sense to me. How do you only care about the stats? You don't even care about how they look. You're just like, yeah, Charizard, he's really popular and he's strong, so I like him. You don't like how any of the Charizards act, or you don't think they look cute or cool or anything like that. You're just like, yeah, good stats, I want that one. I think that's another thing with scalper behavior, honestly, because how do you only like the ones that are kind of valuable? I don't know. As someone who has liked Pokemon for this long, I just don't think it's fair or normal to like certain Pokemon just because they're kind of popular or have good stats. Lucario has great stats, but I also acknowledge his story, and I can relate in a way. Same with Deoxys, you know, his story is really sad. I understand him. I don't know if anyone noticed, but the AC went off just now, so it's very quiet now. I'm scared. So, anyway, today's lesson is scalpers suck, and I still want the $450 life-size Lucario plush. I don't think it's even on sale anymore. Not like I would ever get it because I'm not spending $450 on a plush, but that would have been great if I could get him. I do really want the Ditto Lucario plush where it's just Lucario, but he has a ditto face. I think that is so cute. But they only have a certain size available now, and I wanted the other one. Yeah, so I don't know. Another lesson today is that Lucario is amazing. Anyway, I could also talk about all of my favorite Pokemon, but I think the list is on my phone and that's what I'm recording on. I'll just give my list from the top of my head. You guys know who my first favorite is. I said it a billion times. Spoink. I love Spoink. He's not popular at all. He doesn't have many cards, but I love him. I love deoxys. Miraidon, like I said, not Koraidon. I love staryu, starmie, all of the sea star ones, because it's one of my favorite animals. Pikachu, Raichu. I like xurkitree a lot, however you say that. He's really cool. A lot of people say he's weird, but I think it's part of his appeal. I think it's amazing. I love Zeraora a lot. He's very cute. A lot of people say he doesn't have any aura. It's okay to just be cute, right? It's okay. I do like Mew a lot. I love Umbreon. Is that it? It's definitely not it, but I can always make a comment in the comment section or in the description just putting all of my favorites. So, because I just know everyone is so curious, right? So I'm going to put that when I upload the video. Has this been the longest podcast episode, just me talking about Pokemon for 32 minutes? It's okay. It's okay. When you're this passionate about something, I think it's great to talk about it to a camera for 30 minutes. I hope everyone liked this podcast episode. If you guys have any ideas for future episodes, please let me know because I am honestly running out of ideas. It's been a little over a month, probably 5 weeks, because I do it once a week on Tuesdays. And in case you guys want to watch for uploads, just know Tuesdays are the day. Anyway, I hope some people will put suggestions in the comments. Please be serious, Bemmy. Okay, thank you. Have a good day.